I have something that most people don't. I have something that most people never get to experience. And I'm not saying that to boast or to brag, but it's true. And it's not millions of dollars, a yacht, or a supercar. It's a happy, thriving marriage. And it is my belief that this is more valuable than all of the riches in the world. And here's the thing, I want you to have it too. If it's your first time here, my name is Michael Riggs. I'm a full-time author, artist, and entrepreneur, husband, and father of 5, and I teach men all over the world how to live fully optimized, leveled up lives and how to transform their marriages into the marriage of their dreams. And today I'm sharing with you 5 things that you can do to completely transform your marriage. So if your marriage is actually pretty good, or if you feel like you're on the brink of divorce, stick around because either way, this video is going to take your marriage to the next level. And the first thing on this list, the first thing I want to talk about today is focusing on self-improvement, mind, body, and spirit. In marriages and in relationships, most people look at the other person to make the relationship work, and they rarely look within. For example, when marriages fall apart, usually both people point the finger at the other person and say, they did this, and that wrong. This is why it fell apart. They kind of play the blame game, right? And they never look at themselves. They never even consider the thought like, what did I do wrong here? What could I have done better to make this marriage or this relationship last? And the thing is, you becoming your best self is the first step. And the intimacy and the connection in the relationship will follow that. To have a happy, thriving marriage with your wife, you have to be healthy mind, body, and spirit. If you can't even care for yourself, how can you be ready to receive someone else caring for you? You need to feel good about yourself, and then the more open you will be to receiving that love. You know, a lot of guys, if they were to be honest with themselves, they would say, no wonder she doesn't like me. I don't like me either. And that's why it's so important to be fully optimized in every area of your life, mind, body, and spirit. And most guys, when their marriage falls apart or when they're having marriage problems, they say, I didn't even consider the thought before that I could have been the problem. You know, when I point that out to them and make them start examining their own lives and looking within, for a lot of them, it's very mind-blowing. Once you bring their attention to it, it's like, wow, I was a total nightmare in this relationship and in my life, and I didn't even know it because I was so focused on what she was doing wrong, what I perceived she was doing wrong. To them, the wife is the problem. And, you know, in a lot of cases, she might be part of the problem, but like 9 times out of 10, if the guy can get fully optimized in his life and start living his life true to his purpose and having ambition and goals and dreams and optimizing every aspect of his life, like 95% of marriage problems can be solved by that. So if you're having trouble in your marriage, or if you just want to take it to the next level, focus on leveling up your own life first. Take the attention away from talking about your feelings for a while and optimize your own life. And then the attraction and the intimacy and the connection will follow that. Why? Because you're super awesome. That's why. And there's no reason it shouldn't at that point. And you know, they say control what you can. What you can control is yourself. You can't control anybody else. And optimizing every aspect of your life, mind, body, and spirit, is something that is under your control. It's something that you can do. That is what you can control. And the second thing I want to talk about on this list today is actually listening to your wife. And this is one of the foundations of my work. This is so important. Listening is critically important in every aspect of life, not just in marriages and relationships, but I can tell you that actually listening to your wife will solve most of your marriage problems. Trust me. Women want to be heard. They want to feel cared for. They want to know that you care. And even if she's yapping about something that you don't even care about, like what Susie is going to be wearing to the baby shower on Saturday, if you actually take the time to listen to her, to hear what she's saying, to look into her eyes, to respond effectively, this will level up so much about your intimate connection with your wife. Women want to feel loved and nurtured and seen. And the thing is, it's our nature as guys to decide what information is practically useful and what information isn't, and to discard that, to get rid of that information or not even paying any attention to it if it's not practically useful. And that's because our minds are so busy with the complexities of life, right? Like making sure that life doesn't fall apart. And so most of the time, men make the mistake of training themselves to tune out most of the things that their wives are saying because they view it as not practically useful. And that's a huge misstep and a huge error. Take the time to actually listen to your wife, and this will prevent miscommunications, misunderstandings. This will prevent conflicts from happening. Like, have you ever been in a situation before with your wife where she brings something up and it causes a conflict and she says, I've been telling you for the past 2 months that this thing was coming up or that this was going to be happening. I've been telling you, and you're like, I have no memory of that, bro. Like, I don't remember you saying that one time. So actually start listening to your wife when she speaks, and this will level up your intimate connection as well because you'll be getting closer to her. You'll actually be getting to know her. her. You'll actually be becoming friends again because you will start having real conversations, and you over time will start to care about what she has to say. And then suddenly you're in this life together. You're not living it separately anymore. Trust me, start actually listening when your wife speaks, and most of your marriage problems will disappear if you have any. And if you don't have any marriage problems, actually start listening to your wife and see how much your marriage levels up after that. And hey, really quick, do me a favor and click the like button and click subscribe on this channel so you don't miss any of my future content. And the third thing on this list today is showing gratitude and appreciation for your wife. When life gets busy and routine, when the years start flying by, it's easy to stop recognizing the small things, especially when they're everyday things. Like, let's say that your wife is the one who handles the laundry. That's just life, right? She does it all the time. But once you start recognizing those small things again and actually thanking her for them, even though that might seem like a really small thing, it has a huge impact because those compliments compound over time. Reminds her that she's beautiful. Tell her that she's a good wife and mama. Flirt with her. Tell her she's sexy. Thank her for doing the small things that she does for you. Like, whatever those things might be, you know what they are. What does she do for you? What are the small things that you stopped recognizing that you can start recognizing again and thanking her for? Make it a point to thank your wife for something she does at least once per day and complimenting her as much as you can. Women thrive on compliments and praise. That's how they grow. It nurtures their feminine spirit. Really reflect and think about, when was the last time that you actually complimented your wife? And when was the last time you actually thanked her for doing something for you that was just an everyday thing? Because like I said, what we don't realize is that those compliments, even though they seem small in the moment, like, oh, thank you for doing that for me, that's awesome, that compounds over time. Like, if someone asks your wife right now, does your husband appreciate the little things that you do? Would she say, yes, of course, he tells me all the time, he thanks me all the time? Would she be confident in that? Or would she say, I don't even think he notices the things I do? Make her feel special, make her feel appreciated, make her feel beautiful every single day. There is great transformative power in this. And trust me, she wants to feel secure in your marriage and in your relationship. She wants to know that your marriage is strong and thriving. She wants to know that you care. You don't want anything else. She is the most special, most precious, most amazing thing in the world to you. And those little compliments, those little things compound over time, and they make her feel secure. They make her sure she can walk with certainty in your marriage because, of course, her husband loves her. He tells her all the time, right? Number 4 on this list today is actually start hanging out again. Life can be really busy, especially if you have kids, and it's almost impossible sometimes to make a big date night happen. And a lot of married couples think that the only time that they can have a connection together or hang out is on a date night. So weeks go by, sometimes months go by, and they don't spend any time together because they couldn't make a date night happen. But there's a thing that me and my wife do that we call at-home date nights, and that might sound cheesy to you, but sometimes we intentionally, we play a game, we watch a movie, we talk for hours, we laugh together, we actually hang out like we're friends. And I think that that's one of the reasons that my marriage is so happy and so thriving, is because we're best friends. We do everything together. We want to hang out all the time. We want to do everything together. Most married couples don't even like being in the same room together most of the time. And if that's you, then this is the time to start changing that. Your wife should be your best friend and you should be her best friend. So actually start hanging out again. If you don't know what to do something childish, like pull the mattress into the living room and have a living room camp out with some junk food snacks and watch an old funny movie or something. Play a game together. If you haven't been to the board game section in a few years, dude, you can do anything. You could solve a murder mystery. You could go on a fantasy adventure. You could play Monopoly, because that never fails and it's fun as shit. Another thing that you can do is just actually start having conversations again. And like I said before, actually start listening to her again. To have a happy, thriving marriage, you and your wife actually have to be friends. You actually have to start hanging out again. Trust me, this will completely level up your marriage. Forget about intimacy for a second. Just hang out, talk, have conversations. And then after you have made that connection, the intimacy will naturally follow. Just like back when you first started seeing each other, back when you first started dating, what did you do? You hung out, you laughed, you were being charming, you were having fun together, and then where did that lead? Be honest with yourself. The intimacy followed that. You have to make the true connection first. Don't try to force intimacy when you haven't even truly connected with your wife in months or even years. If that's the case for you, you have to make the friendship connection first. Your souls have to be aligned together. You have to be in this life and in this adventure together, and then the intimacy will naturally follow that. And like I said, it doesn't have to be this big extravagant date night. You don't got to go and spend a bunch of money, because the best best memories are made for free. Trust me. You can have just as much fun, if not more fun, right there in your home. But trust me, dude, truly start hanging out with your wife again and watch your marriage level up like you didn't even know was possible. Make the connection first. And the fifth thing on this list today is to grab a copy of my new book, Warrior Husband. This book came out in January and it's already helped men all over the world level up their marriages. I have made it part of my mission to level up as many marriages as I possibly can in 2025 and beyond. And if you want to level up your marriage, if you want to take your marriage to the next level, this is the starting point. I put everything that I know about marriage and relationships in this one book, and I want it in your hands. And this book is for all married men. It's not even just if you're trying to save your marriage. If your marriage ain't that bad, still, man, this will take it to the next level. I was in a relationship for 10 years and we had 2 kids together, and I did all of the wrong things in that relationship until my life completely fell apart and I had to rebuild my life. And I dove into learning everything about being a man, relationships, communication with women, and I put everything that I know into this one book to help you level up your marriage. And yeah, I'm just trying to sell you something here, but I truly believe that this will help you. And I believe in that so much that if you can't get a copy of this book right now, I will give you a copy of the ebook for free. All you have to do is reach out to me. That's how confident I am that this book will level up your marriage. And there's no catch. I don't want anything from you. All I want is this book in your hands to level up your marriage. So if that's you, if you can't get a copy of this right now because eggs are expensive, bro, I will give you a copy of the ebook for free. No joke. So if you want to level up every aspect of your marriage and form a true intimate connection with your wife again, grab a copy of Warrior Husband, How to Be a Better Husband and Save Your Marriage. It's available in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. Also, a quick update for my regular listeners and watchers. I'm building an exclusive community on Patreon based around Warrior Husband where we can all get together every week. There's going to be tons of exclusive content on there about marriage and how to make it level up and thrive. And it's somewhere that we can build a community of like-minded men who are all on the path to having happy, thriving marriages. And it's going to be super awesome. It's called the Warrior Husband Exclusive Community. Depending on when you're seeing this, that's coming soon. But if you're watching this after it's been released, there's going to be a link in the description of this video. So definitely go check that out. But yeah, man, if you are seeking information on how to have a happier marriage, how to have a happy, thriving marriage, how to have a true intimate connection with your wife, you're better than most men and you're better than most husbands, and you are on the right track, bro. Because most guys don't even care about their marriage and they're really surprised when their life falls apart around them. So I'm glad that you're better than that. I'm so grateful that you want the best for your marriage, and never stop seeking that information. Never stop seeking how to be better in your life, especially for your wife and family. So I commend you for that. That's super awesome, bro. If you want to get connected, there's some links in the description of this video where you can find me everywhere and see what my work's all about. And I really appreciate you watching today. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.